Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel where we tackle personal finance topics like investing, debt, retirement, and everything in between, because schools sure aren't going to do it for us. If you're new here and want to take control of your finances, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell to stay updated on our uploads. Today, we're going a step further by tackling a common question. Should you lease or buy your next car? We'll break this down into four main parts. What leasing a car actually means and how it differs from buying. The pros and cons of leasing versus buying. A breakdown of how lease payments are calculated. A comparison of the long-term financial impact of each option. We'll also look at why some financial experts, like Dave Ramsey, argue that leasing can feel like paying an effective interest rate of 14 to 15%. This will be a detailed video. Let's get started. Leasing versus buying. The best way to think of leasing a car is that it's like renting. When you lease, you don't own the car. Instead, you're paying to use it for a set period, typically 2 to 4 years. At the end of the lease, you return the car to the dealership and either lease another car or explore other options. Buying, on the other hand, means you either pay cash up front or take out a loan to own the car. Once the loan is paid off, the car is yours. Unlike leasing, the car becomes an asset you can sell, trade in, or keep driving for as long as you want. Let's summarize the key difference. Leasing, you rent the car, and when the lease ends, you give it back. Buying, you make payments until you own the car outright. Benefits of leasing a car. Leasing has some enticing advantages that make it appealing for many drivers. Lower monthly payments. Leases usually have lower monthly payments than loans because you're only paying for the car's depreciation during the lease term, not the entire cost of the car. No resale hassle. When the lease is up, you simply return the car. There's no need to worry about selling or negotiating a trade-in value. Always drive a newer car. Leasing allows you to drive a car with the latest features every few years. For tech enthusiasts or those who prioritize a new car's reliability, this can be a big draw. Warranty coverage. Leases often last 2 to 4 years, aligning with the typical length of a manufacturer's warranty. This means fewer unexpected repair costs. Potentially smaller upfront costs. Leases usually require a smaller down payment compared to buying, making them more accessible for people with limited savings. Tax benefits. In certain cases, leases may offer tax advantages, particularly for business owners. Check with a tax professional for specifics in your area. Downsides of leasing a car. But leasing isn't all sunshine and rainbows. There are some significant drawbacks. Mileage restrictions. Most leases cap your mileage at 9,000 to 15,000 miles per year. Exceeding this limit can result in hefty fees, often 20 cents to 25 cents per mile. Excess wear and tear fees. You're expected to return the car in good condition. Excessive wear, damage, or customizations can result in additional charges. No equity. At the end of the lease, you don't own the car. There's no trade-in value or asset to sell. Credit requirements. Leasing usually requires excellent credit. If your credit score isn't top-notch, leasing may not be an option. Mandatory gap insurance. Most leases require you to carry gap insurance, which can add to your costs. Early termination fees. Breaking a lease early can be expensive and may involve significant penalties. Benefits of buying a car. When you buy a car, you're investing in an asset, albeit a depreciating one. Here are some advantages. Ownership. Once the loan is paid off, you own the car outright and have no monthly payments. No mileage limits. Drive as much as you want without worrying about mileage fees. Customization freedom. You can modify or personalize the car however you like. Resale value. When you own the car, you can sell it or trade it in, recouping some of your initial investment. Flexibility. No need to worry about lease rules or restrictions. Downsides of buying a car. Of course, buying isn't without its downsides. Higher monthly payments. Loan payments are often higher than lease payments. Upfront costs. You may need a larger down payment to buy a car. Depreciation. Cars lose value over time, and new cars depreciate the fastest. Maintenance costs. After the warranty expires, you're on the hook for repair costs. Let's break down how lease payments are calculated. Here's what you'll need. MSRP, sticker price, the manufacturer's suggested retail price. Residual value, the car's estimated value at the end of the lease. Money factor, the lease's equivalent of an interest rate. Lease term, the length of the lease. Fees, acquisition fees, registration fees, etc. Rebates, any discounts or incentives. Here's the formula in action. Step 1. Calculate depreciation. Subtract the residual value from the MSRP. Step 2. Divide depreciation by the lease term to get the base monthly payment. Step 3. Add the rent charge. Multiply the adjusted capitalized cost by the money factor. Step 4. Add applicable taxes. For example, if you lease a $25,000 car with a 50% residual value and a money factor of 0.00125, your monthly payment would be approximately $470 after taxes. Here's where things get interesting. Dave Ramsey often says that leasing is the most expensive way to own a car. Why? Because the effective interest rate on a lease can be as high as 14 to 15%. This is how that calculation works. Calculate the total depreciation you're paying for. Compare the monthly lease payment to what a loan payment would be for the same amount over the same term. In our example, leasing had an effective interest rate of 14.2%. By comparison, a loan for the full $25,000 car at 4.5% interest over 60 months would result in a monthly payment of around $466. Slightly less than the lease, but with the added benefit of ownership. So, which is better? It depends on your priorities. Leasing can be a good option for those who value lower monthly payments, newer cars, and minimal maintenance. Buying, on the other hand, is usually the smarter financial choice if you plan to keep the car for several years and want to build equity. As always, the goal of our channel isn't to tell you what to do, but to empower you with the knowledge to make informed financial decisions. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who might benefit from this information. Let's keep spreading financial literacy and take our financial freedom to the next level.